Everyone, thanks for joining. I'm Ben Schwartz. I'm the founder and CEO of Tavern Community Co-working. On the call, we've also got Frank Albanese, my co-founder and CTO. Frank, you want to say hi?
Yep. Hey guys. Thank you for joining. And as Ben mentioned, I'm serving as CTO, so I'm handling the mobile app, iOS and Android, and the web application. So, um, yeah, we have some cool new features to show you guys. And thank you guys so much for the feedback so far too. We're just rolling it into these iterative updates. Back to you,
Thanks. Thanks,
Ben.
Frank. So Tavern Community, we've been doing a lot of different things, and I kind of want to frame what this discussion is in a bigger context. There are three core parts to Tavern Community. The first, which we've kind of talked about so far, is a third space with food and beverage credits. So we're similar to a co-working space, except you also get food and beverage alongside it. The second thing is it's an IRL community. So it's a supportive network of peers, a lot of founders, but also just folks in the ecosystem. And whether that means service providers or investors or whoever else might be in the ecosystem, or even just folks in technology or any field. It's kind of a unifying place where people can uplift each other. But one of the critical parts of Tavern is about event hosting. And one thing that I realized early in the journey is that people, I can host events, but, if I'm not in deep tech, it doesn't really matter if I host a deep tech event. Really, there has to be a host who's in the niche for it to matter. And this is also where I've identified a pain point that I was on a call last year, maybe 2 years ago, that was organized by meetup.com. And there were around 1,100 people on there. And the subject of the call was how to monetize Meetup. And 1,100 people were on the call saying, not only are we not making money, but we're actually losing money doing community organizing, which as a community organizer myself, I know it's quite painful. And, community organizing is something that folks take up out of love, and they end up oftentimes getting frustrated with or burning out entirely just because of the financial responsibilities and burdens. So one of the motivations behind Tavern Community is to try to fix this problem for community organizers. So to explain, that's what we're going to be jumping into right now. So typically, let's say you host let's say you want to host a conference, or a mini conference. You'll have to rent space and then figure out food and beverage. You're looking at probably a $10,000 expense. That's a ballpark estimate that can range anywhere from like, I don't know, 7,000 to 15,000, depending on the scale and the size that you're going for and the quality of audience, etc. But through Tavern Community and the relationships we have with the venues and our expertise in event hosting, this comes included within your membership. So if you are a member of Tavern Community, you are able to host one event a month as a mini conference. And I think you could fit up to 70 people into one of these mini conferences, and that's at no additional expense to you. And I'll explain the mechanics of that in a minute, but let's start there for now. And if you want to do just a simple happy hour, you don't want to do a big conference, just a small thing, try going into the bars and restaurants, and they're going to charge you through the roof because they know you need an event and they know you need space and they have the space. And restaurants operate in a tough industry, and so any chance that they can get to charge someone for a venue, they're going to do that. But because of our existing relationships with the venues and long-term relationships, we're able to reserve the spaces and to do happy hours at a negotiated price. So while the evening events are not free because those are more utilized times, it does come at a discount to what a regular market rate would be, which I think is a great advantage. Why host with Tavern Community? We handle logistics so you can focus on connections. So there are four categories I've kind of laid out. The first is the venue. And this is the main one I put up front, right? Instead of spending $10,000 or $15,000 on a space for 8 hours, you can work through us, and with your $129 a month membership, you can use our venue partners to host daytime events. Visibility. As part of the Tavern Community Network, we've hosted over 4,000 people in the last couple of years. We've got 9,000 people on our collective subscribers, whether from Luma or email. Um, and also any users of the app will all see the event that you host. Expertise. Thankfully, we know what we're doing at this point. It might have taken a while to get there, but we've got a lot of event hosting expertise and can kind of help you out and avoid some of the common pitfalls. And in terms of media, we've got a photography team. So along with your event, you can get a photography album to accompany it. What the mini conference that we like to host looks like, it does follow a particular structure. So that's maybe the trade-off is that you get a free event, but there does have to be some kind of structure so that we can replicate it consistently. But the great thing is I think it's a nice structure. So 11:30 folks come in and order a coffee and hang out. They're chatting individually. Then we have co-working time or mingling time. Folks don't have to co-work, but they're welcome to. 12:30 we do a communal lunch. People order individually and pay for it individually. Then we have a panel discussion at 1:30. This part's optional. I've found that these tend to be more successful events because people get to come with takeaways for actual insights and education rather than just mingling and making new connections. Breakout masterminds. This is a new one that I added probably like a month or two ago because I had seen this work well in a couple of our events. Basically, you get into groups of 5 or 6 and you discuss how you can help uplift each other. So I'm looking for XYZ, you're looking for ABC. We figure out in that group of 6 how we can help get you to that point. Co-working or mingling again, similar to the 11:45 a.m. slot, and then a happy hour to close out the day. And the truth is this structure is a bit flexible, so you don't have to follow it to the T, but this is in broad strokes what the mini conference is going to look like that you host. Why a mini conference? It's not just another networking happy hour, and it's not a stale industry conference. These are events that can be 4 to 7 hours, which is like super unique outside the context of just an industry conference. So what do you get? You get organic connections, a mix of structured and unstructured times, deeper relationships. People are hanging out organically throughout the day. It's very nice. Personal branding opportunity. So since you're hosting this group, you're bringing everyone together, you're the leader of the community, and you can expand your reach. And one thing we noticed is that our community organizers tend to reach out to high profile folks in a particular area, and you can get them to come speak because speaking opportunities allow others to elevate their own profiles, and you can connect with folks in that way as well. A few ways that the mini conferences work. We're co-branding this event with you. We have figured out how to do these at scale and replicably, and it's as part of the Tavern Community membership. So it's with us with the Tavern logo on it. In terms of guests, anyone who's a Tavern member has to be able to come for free. And then in terms of tickets, so this is a kind of a unique thing. Instead of paying $1,000 or $5,000 to a venue to book a space, we're having our members charge a $15 ticket fee to cover the expense of the drinks. So your event is going to cost your customers a default price of $15. And if you want to charge more, you can, but you don't have to. And you get to keep any remaining profit. And then finally is sponsors. So as Tavern grows into a network of communities, a community of communities, we're going to have increased exposure to sponsors, and that's already happened already as a result of the yacht party. We've been getting serious inbound. If you bring in a sponsor, you can keep what you bring in. If we connect you to a sponsor, we'd like to share 50%. But typically you're on your own with this, and it's it's really hard to find sponsors, especially if you're new to the community organizing game. And even if you're not new to the organizing game, it's still hard. And then the last thing is, beyond just hosting events, I don't want events just to be something that you avoid losing expenses, but something that you could potentially earn off of. And here's where thinking of yourself as a part of the Tavern community, you can actually earn while growing with Tavern Community as well. So this is subject to change and is a limited time offer. And part of this is as we go along, Frank and I have to assess performance, and this model is an experiment to see how it goes. But you host your events, and then anyone who converts to a member from your events, or if you recruit someone who signs up through your referral link, you'll keep 10% of their membership for 2 years or until that person leaves. And so you can turn your event hosting expenses not only into some revenue generation from the event itself, but actually profiting from uh, being a part of this meta structure of Tavern Community. And then also the last one, and probably the most exciting one, and this is going to be for a very limited time, is if you bring on successfully 20 members, then we'll give you some portion of equity in Tavern. And for reference, this is probably going to be like 0.01% of the company, but still equity in something now could be worth something significant in the future. So this is kind of the vision for how we'd like to work together with community organizers. My goal is to make it easier to host events so that can be people who are doing like God's work have it much easier, and not just stop losing money, but actually can start to make money too, and start to partake in the benefits that they're creating. Um, if you'd like to get started with this, I know Frank, the app is the app is live. In terms of this community hosting feature, I know that's very close. I'm actually going to show a quick video demo of what it's going to look like to host in the app. So
Yep,
one
and
moment.
Ben, just to give a live update. So this is actually in the iOS store now. So if you have an iPhone, you can access the application to put your information in if you'd like to describe your community. We'll review it on the admin side, and then once approved, that will be in the official lineup in the app, which is shown to all of the user base. Kind of like Luma promoted or something along those lines. But yep, Ben, go ahead.
So Frank, that's great news that this is live in the App Store. So that's great. Here's what it's going to look like. I think folks can see the screen. If you can't, let me know. But you'll be able to. Oh, sorry, just missed it here. You enter the app. These are our co-working spaces. So this is the one that's currently live. These guys are opening in mid-August. You can see some of our past events here, and this is going to be populated now with apps. Excuse me, with events as they come, and we have several scheduled already. So you click the plus icon. You can host your community, and then let's say you've got a community of PE guys or PE people. Type in your community and who it is. Do you want it to be invite only, so it's exclusive, and you just want to use our venues, or do you want it to be open to the Tavern community as well, which can help you grow your audience? You explain who is your audience, and this kind of helps us curate on our side who the invitees will send it to are, and also what will show up in the event description page. This is we want to know why you want to work with us. Is it access to spaces? Is it to grow your reach? Is it to get support and expertise or sponsorships, or is it just vibes and you want to partner with us? And then if you have an existing community, how big is it? And so this is one way that a lot of people have existing digital communities. It's just the challenge of how do you actually change the digital community into an IRL community, and that's part of what we're solving here. And then if you're looking for sponsors, you click this button, and we can potentially help source those as well. Although at this stage, we're not making any promises on that end. And then if you have other thoughts of anything else to add, let's see, Frank, what do you write in this one? We host hackathons. Nice, nice. And support our community members. Great. So you fill in the application, click submit, and then over time, what's going to happen is the Tavern folks will approve your application. You'll be able to choose a venue to host it at. You'll be able to select a date, and your event will show up here within the application. You can invite all 500 of your best friends. So that's where I'm going to pause for now. I would love to hear, excuse me, if folks have questions or feedback about about this feature, about how they can use it. I see we've got Monica. Monica, give it a go.
Thanks, and apologies, I'm not showing on camera, but I'm driving. You talked about in this app that if I have an event that I can share it to the Tavern community. Can you talk a little bit about the profile of the Tavern community, like numbers and demographics?
Sure. So the Tavern community, uh, just some rough numbers. We've got around 7,000 email subscribers, 2,000 Luma subscribers, 8,000 Instagram followers, and like 2,700 LinkedIn followers. So I like by no means am I claiming to be a huge company. We're a very young startup, but I think we've got a uh, solid hold or not hold solid place in the New York City ecosystem, especially in the tech space. Just to share with you a bit more of, actually, I think one interesting thing is to share who the members are. And here, I don't know, Robert or Claire or Story, if you guys are comfortable just introducing yourselves, you don't have to, but if you'd like, that would be great.
Yeah, Andrew. I'm Robert. I'm building a AI GTM software. I've been working on it for about 8 months. I've been a software engineer for 7 years before that. I built about 8 apps over the last 7, 8 years, and GTM was always the hardest part, like getting those first customers. So I figured now we have AI, we could build something that could solve that.
Thanks, Robert. Claire, do you want to say hello also?
Hi, I'm sorry, I'm in the subway station, but I'm Claire, and then I'm a founder of like Trainer AI. We're building a firewall between human brain and computer. Um, yeah, sorry, like I'm in the subway station. Sorry.
No problem. To just because it was hard to hear, Claire's building a company called XBrainer AI, and it's a neurotech AI company that helps protect your brain from AI, like for one of those Neuralink chips. And then, Story, do you want to introduce yourself as well? Oh, you're on mute. I'm sorry.
Hi everyone, I'm Story. I am a professional makeup artist. I just opened up my business called Inner Beauty Makeup by Story Falu. And what we do there is I do a little bit of everything. I work for different projects like maybe New York Fashion Week, or I do a lot of photo shoots, a lot of connecting. Um, yeah, and I'm in this space so I can grow and so we can have women connect and be stronger together and, and see the possibilities. I've been featured in a lot of different magazines coming up. I've been in Essence magazine, I've been in Vogue, I've been in Elle magazine. So most of my work has been shown there. And now I'm stepping out of just being a makeup artist into an entrepreneur where I can gain women's help or build a team, hair and makeup team to do events for big productions like I always do. Usually I'm under someone, but this time I'll be the one running the team and things like that. So everything beauty, wellness, that's my thing.
Thank you, Story. And just to list out a couple other of our early members, we've got an AI wellness marketplace founder, an interior designer, a CPG founder, AI for EdTech founder, a marketer, software engineer, a fintech influencer. So it's an interesting, mix of folks, and I think the diversity is going to be the strength here. But also, as one would hope to see from a network like this, we have a bunch of AI startup founders, which is nice as well. And plus, Frank himself is an AI ML engineer. Um, I think some other stats we can share is the attendees of our past parties. We hosted New York Tech Week's closing party this year. We had 1,000 people come. Last year oh yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm referencing. Um, so we have and so it's usually pre-seed, seed, and Series A founders. The occasional Series B, but beyond that, not really. Yes, it was good timing. So let's see. Abhishek says, "Hi, Ben and Frank. I went to the New York City Tech Week closing party by Leo Slama and you guys. I organized the US Innovation and Crypto Conference, 1,000 plus footfall, 50 plus top tier speakers, and I'm doing the Ethereum NYC next week. I see significant synergies, would love to connect offline. Email LinkedIn. Yeah, we would love to. Okay. Yeah, we would love to connect and love to collab on something. It sounds great. Yeah, we're big on community building and especially in tech, so let's connect. Monica, did I answer your question?
Yeah, so it's and I love the idea that it's a place to learn and collaborate with one another. Like I am focusing on like non-technical founders and business owners, if you will. So I'm also looking to expand my network beyond what I have in LinkedIn, where I find most of this. So I'm thinking the Tavern Community might be one of those partnerships that would be great to involve with in this new format that I find very interesting because I am looking into doing events to bring AI to these communities in a
Nice.
different way.
Yeah, it sounds like you'd be a great fit for what we're building, and we'd love to have you on board.
Great. Thanks.
Something that you said triggered a memory, but now it's escaped me. So, oh well. Anyone else have questions or thoughts?
I can add something. I can really say that this community, I'm here to learn as well with everyone and to grow and to connect, like I said, with all the women and helping one another, doing events, coming together, making things more physical now than ever because a lot of us take a lot of time away from connecting with other people only online. But I found that people are starting to be lonely. So to have us be in different groups and learning and helping one another is definitely something that I very look forward to.
Thanks, Dory. And you reminded me now what I was going to say. I was going to say we're creating a physical social network, and when I pitched Tavern Community originally to investors, I had been framing it as, oh well, we're Tavern Community co-working, and so but that kind of prompted them to think of a co-working space. And what one of the investors said to me was, you're not a co-working space. You're trying to build an in-person LinkedIn, which if I had said myself might have been too arrogant to say, but the investor said it, so we're good. But that's actually exactly the vibe that we're going for. Vlad, I see you have a question. What do you got?
Just wonder, you offer to your members or organize events, which is tremendous help and taking a lot of their shoulder. But once they start, are they using it as a space or are they using it to create a community there? Are they going to be able to reach out to the members? If they are, to reach out to their members, are those people going to be able to communicate? But what if they're not members of the tavern? And also, it's important for organizer to know that they own the data, right? So what if they want to leave one day, right? Are they going to take their members and go? Do they own the data? Like how it's going to work?
It's a good question. And I don't have every single answer nailed down. And some of this is going to be, we have to learn along the way because what we're building is new. So we'll have to iterate on that with the organizers. I think one thing that I want to make very clear is that the organizers own their own brands, right? It's not, and we're partnering with a bunch of different community organizers right now. So Tavern does not own those organizers and does not own the brand. So I have a few examples, but we don't own the IP or any of that. As an organizer, you're kind of using our platform as if you would use an event hosting platform, like Luma or Eventbrite. So functionally, that's what you're using. In terms of the data, I think that's you're inviting members to come to a Tavern Community event. So essentially, I think the organizers have access to the data of their invitees, and Tavern has access to the data of the folks who register. So it is a partnership. And then I think there's nothing that should stop, nor would I want to stop a community organizer from going elsewhere later. I would hope that they would want to stay because there's enough value in the platform that they see. But people are autonomous, and my intention is for the organizers to be nearly fully autonomous, and because I want to be a resource to them, not a hindrance. And I hope that answer is helpful enough in intention that the rest can be figured out over time. Let's see. Technically, organizers are members, but invitees might not be. Excellent question. So organizers are going to be members of the Tavern Community, invitees, if they are members, they don't have to pay to get into the event. If they are not members, they have to pay $15 to get into the event as an entrance fee so that we can make sure that the venues are making money. So that is a unique format that we're piloting. And there has to be some kind of fee paid by the non-members to attend the events. And then if they become members, then they don't have to pay, and it's included.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's pause there. I think there's a lot of content that we shared. I would love, first, if folks have, additional questions or comments, please let me know. Rohit, do you have a question? I thought I saw something.
No, but I actually need to hop, and I'm very interested, and I have got a bunch of things that I'd love to follow up with you on post the call. So
Sounds
I'm going
good.
to send you an email, and would love to chat about a couple things.
Sounds good.
This was very helpful. Thank you so much for that.
I'm glad.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to let everyone go, and hope to see you as a member or an attendee in the future.